Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's been a while since I posted a video, and the reason for that was that I wanted to put some mileage on before I put out another video. So the last video, I think the car had around 5 to 10 miles. Now we have 700 miles. So I definitely got more of an experience since driving this car, and it's been a pleasurable one. In this video, I want to talk about, things that I wasn't a big fan of, and explain to you why I'm not a big fan of these things, and maybe it may be helpful to you. But again, you let me know what you think. So the first thing, we'll talk about our safety features. So as you can see right here, I have my steering intervention turned off. What is steering intervention? It's unintended lane departure warning above 40 miles per hour. What does that mean? You're on the highway, you're doing above 40, and you come off your lane, the steering wheel will put you back into that lane that you're departing from. Sounds great, so why do you have it off? Well, the reason I have it off is because the road conditions in New York is very horrible. I was driving home from work on the Van Wyck, and I seen a pothole, and just like any New Yorker or any driver that sees a pothole, you're going to try to avoid that pothole. So I lightly came off the lane and just to swerve around the pothole, and the steering intervention kicked in saying that, you're departing, it's an unintended lane departure. And what did it do? It put me back into that lane, and I ate that pothole. So because of the road conditions here and my daily driving on those roads, I turned it off. But, huge but, and listen close, here's another positive example. Driving home under Southern State, it was thunderstorming. It was a really, really nasty rainfall, and visibility was probably less than a quarter mile. Didn't realize that I was coming out of the lane, and the steering intervention put me right back into that lane, which was fantastic. So in a nutshell, I will be using steering intervention more with poor weather versus daily usage. But again, I'm only 700 miles into this, so it may change in the next 700, but for the past 2 weeks, it felt better without it. I like to have more control of the wheel. All right, so that's the first thing. The second thing, let's go to media. All right, here's my media. So here's what I'm not a big fan of. That's quarter volume, and I don't feel that's enough to just fill the passenger seat. So the sound on the base model BMW sound system, it's good, but you have to turn it up extremely 3/4 of the way to really get a decent sound out of it. Halfway sounds good as well, don't get me wrong, but in my previous BMWs, I didn't really have to go halfway just to get a decent sound to fill the car. But again, wasn't a big game stopper for me, because of course you could have upgraded to a bigger sound system package, but I just felt even for a standard speaker system, you shouldn't have to turn up halfway to fill the car. But again, you pay to play, right? So if you wanted a stronger system, you buy the premium system and you'll definitely get that. But again, that's something I wasn't a huge fan of. But as you didn't see, I was using the hand gesture, which is fantastic. All right, so one other feature that I'm not a huge fan on is definitely this right here. So my cluster. I wish that the middle, instead of having that map there all the time, that something could have been changed. Maybe a picture of the car or something else other than just that map. I mean, it's cool as hell, don't get me wrong, but sometimes you want to switch it up and see something else. And I don't think there's a way, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's just a map that stays there. If you guys know another way, or tell me if I'm doing something wrong or missing something, feel free to let me know. I would really appreciate that. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll give you one more shot of my favorite part of this car, and as you all know, is the ambient light. Look at that. All right, guys, I hope my feedback helps you, and to let you know what you're going to get into. And again, not knocking this car any bit. It's still a car in my opinion. Yeah, feel free to let me know what you think. Thanks, guys.